Hello, everyone. All right, so we're moving on to section 1.3. This will be the last lesson for the week. We went through section 1.2, day one. That was talking about how you describe data, right, using the SOX acronym and doing dot plots. Then we learned about some stem and leaf plots and some histograms. So basically, all we're doing is we're taking data and we are graphing it and describing it. And so what's going to happen today, it's real straightforward here. We're gonna learn how to actually calculate the mean, which is fancy for average. And on the second page, you'll see we're gonna do the median. Okay, so these are two measures of center, right? So this is a measure of center, right? It's also known as the average. It's just a different word. And so I think simple math, right? You guys have all taken up to at least algebra 2. We know to find the average, right? This is how you represent it with notation with a little bar over the top. You add up the observations. This is a fancy summation symbol. Doesn't need to freak you out. It just means add everything up, all of the x values, and divide by n, which is the number of observations. So the number of observations here is n. Okay. All right. So this book talks about McDonald's fish and chicken sandwiches. It's got the data from the amount of fat in grams in 9 different fish and chicken sandwiches at McDonald's. And they have included down here a stem plot, right, or a stem and leaf plot with a key, right, that we talked about in our lesson. You have to make sure to have a key. So let's read what it says. It says 3 bar 3 would represent 33 grams of fat in a McDonald's fish or chicken sandwich. Okay. And so as you go through your stem plot here, you know this is 0, 9, so 9 grams, 14, 16, 19, 19, and so forth, up to a max value of 33. Okay, so real simple notes today. We're just going to actually figure out how to calculate it. So for A, it says find the mean. Okay, so let's focus on notation because that would be the only new part. Notation is x bar, that's the mean. And what we do is we add up, right, all of these values. So we're going to add up. I'm just going to use my stem plot right here to say 9 and 14 and 16 and 19 and 19 and 20 and 22 and 27 and 33. And we're going to divide that by a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sandwiches that we were told about the data. And I just did it quickly on my phone. I got a total of 179 divided by 9, which gives us a mean of 19 point. We talked about decimals. Feel free to just round to 1 or 2 decimal places. And then we would associate it with grams because that's what this represents. Okay, so the average fat content in these 9 McDonald's fish or chicken sandwiches is 19.89 grams. Okay, now for part B, it says something. It says, look, this premium crispy chicken club sandwich. So if we go back up here, premium crispy chicken grilled chicken club sandwich, I'm sorry, has a fat content of 33, which is a lot, right, compared to 9. Okay, and they're saying that, hey, this is a potential outlier. Potential. We don't know for sure if it is, right? It doesn't look extremely far away from 27, but they're saying it's possible. So what would happen if you take out that? So how much does this one sandwich increase the mean? Well, look, we've included it here. Okay, and that ended up with a mean fat content of 19.89. So what happens if we remove it? Well, we would say X bar, and then this is without 33 grams, right? We would just do the same thing, 9 and 14 and 16 and 2 19s and 20 and 22 and 27. And we would divide that by 9. And I'm just going to kind of cheat here because I know that this added up to be 179, right? So if I take away 33, I would get 146, right? Divide that, oops, not by 9 now, by 8. Okay, so again, I took this total, which I knew was all of this added up. I subtracted 33 from that to get 146. And now my number of observations has changed, right? And so we've gone from 9 sandwiches down to 8. And if you do 146 divided by 8, you get 18.25. Right? And so how much does this one sandwich increase? So that sandwich increased the average or the mean by right? Then you have to do 19.89 subtracting 18.25. It increased it by 1.64 grams. Okay. And so, it's tough, right? When you just tell someone it went up by a gram, that might not be a lot, right? Compared to other things that you're thinking in your brain. But if you do some simple math and you're thinking on a percentages basis, right? What percent is 1.64, right, of 18.25? And you guys don't have to find this. I'm just doing this so that we can talk about it. But, this is an 11% increase, right? So that is significant. You've gone up by 11%. Okay. All right. So easy. Just find the mean. You're good to go. On page 2 here, we've got the median, which is also a measure of center. Right? So the median is the middle of data, and it is a measure of center. And it gives you some some directions on how to find it. So if you want to find the median, you want to arrange all the observations in order of size from smallest to largest. And if the observations is odd, the median is the center, right? And if the observations are even, the median would be the average of the two centers. And that might be a little bit confusing. So let's just do a quick example here. So we'll do an odd example. If you had 3 numbers, 1, 5, and 9, right? That would be the median. So if you have an odd number of numbers, it's the middle number, right? There's 1 to the right of it and 1 to the left. But if you have an even number of numbers, right? What if I had 1, 5, 9, and 14? The median is going to be in between 5 and 9. So you have to find the average, right? Which would be 7. Okay. And so in this case, because you had an even number of data points, your median falls in the middle of the 2 middle ones, which is kind of confusing to read, but I think when you see it, you can understand what's happening. Okay, so we're going back here. This is different, right? This is the data of fat in McDonald's beef sandwiches. So the front page was chicken and fish. Now we're going to beef. We've got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 sandwiches, right? So we know that n would be equal to 12. Okay, just some facts here. And it wants us to make a stem plot, include a key, and then find the median by hand. Okay, so what we're going to do is let's order this in order from small to big. So obviously this 9 here would be the smallest, and then as we go up, we have 12, and then we have 19, which would be the next one. And then we've got 26, 23, 24, so 23, 24. And then 26, 26 takes care of those two. And then we've got a 27. We'll just come down here. And then we've got 29, 29, 29, 29. And then we've got 31 and 43. Okay, so ordering them from small to big is definitely helpful. And again, if we're going to do our stem and leaf plot here, okay, we would want to pick a stem. And remember, if this stem is here is 1, the leaf is going to be 1, right? So this leaf would be 2 and 9 and 3. So the stem is obviously the number before that. Well, you got to think of 9. The number 9 is 0, 9. And you guys can remember that that's how they did this one, right, on the front page. Since 9 is just 1 digit, the stem part of that is 0. Okay, so think of 9 as a 2-digit number, 0, 9. So we clearly have to start at 0, and we're going to go all the way up to 4, and you cannot skip. So you have to do 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And there was only 1, 9. These are in order now, so this makes it much easier, right? So there's the 9. Then we have on the 1 stem, we have a 2 and a 9. And then on the 2 stem, we have 3, 4, 6, 6. 3, 4, 6, 6, 7, 9, 9. And then 1 for the 30, so it'd just be 31. And 4 gets a 3 to make 43. And we'll do our key. And so we'll just say, look, this right here, 4/3, means 43 grams of fat. Okay, yikes. All right, so we've got our stem plot. So how do we find the median? Well, let's do a quick analysis. We know that our number of data points is 12, and so we're going to have to do this trick up here, this average of the middle. And so, for a lot of people, they just kind of cross out from the ends and work backwards to the middle, right? So if you do that, you cross out the lowest and the highest, right? And then you'll cross out another one above and below, and then you'll cross out another one. I guess I should have done this and here. And then I would cross out 9 and this guy, and then 3 and 9 and 4 and 7. And so I found the two middle points, right, which is 6 and 6. And to find the median, all I have to do is find the average. So I add them up and divide by 2, and I just get 6. So that is my median. If you didn't like this crossing out thing, think of this as a string of numbers, right? And you're trying to find the middle. So you could have done it up here and said lowest and highest. And you're just kind of moving towards the middle. So you're crossing out these numbers as you go, right? Leaving you with these two. Those two are the middle, again, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points to the left and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the right. So the median, if it's an even number of numbers, it would be the center of not 6 and 6, sorry guys, 26 and 26. Okay, and so we would say, this is good that I redid this. We would say, well, it's 26 plus 26 divided by 2, which is just going to be 26. Okay. All right, so we made a stem plot. We included a key and we found the median by hand. And just to talk about it, right, I haven't given you this formal definition yet, but what does a median of 26 mean? So if your median is equal to 26, okay, this is the statement. You would say, look, 50% of McDonald's sandwiches have fat content above 26 grams and 50% are less than 26 grams. That's the median statement, right? It's the middle of the data, which by definition puts 50% of all of the sandwiches above a fat content of 26 and 50% are less than 26. Okay, easy day. Just find the median, find the mean. We can now do it by hand, and we can use the words mean as average and median as the middle of the data set. And both of those are descriptive statistics of center. All right, guys, take care.